Hello everyone, welcome to Weighintime. I am Patrick and it is day 2 of week number 2 of Vlogtober. And on this episode, it's Tips Tuesday. So I wanted to give you my top tips on every Tuesday, really. And recently, I've been thinking a lot about exercise, I've been thinking a lot about body magic, so these are my top tips for body magic and exercise. But of course, as always, my number one tip is to drink some water. You need at least 2.5 litres of water every single day. When people think of exercise, they always think of the gym. Now, I don't necessarily go to the gym. I've lost a number of pounds at the gym. However, that's just because I forgot to cancel my direct debit. But it be, yeah, I've used that joke before. But it is very true. Now, I lost 11.5 stone and I didn't go to the gym once. Now, that's not saying that I haven't done any exercise. And there are things that you can do in your everyday life without having to go to the gym that will actually increase your exercise, increase the calories that you burn every day, and as a result will help you lose weight. Here are my top tips for exercise and body magic if you don't want to go to the gym. My first tip is to walk. Now, a lot of people think that walking isn't really great exercise. Now, it is really good exercise. No, don't get me wrong, it's not the best exercise that you can ever do. However, if you are just starting out with exercise, then walking is the best thing that you can do because it starts your brain thinking about exercise and it starts your body moving. The more you walk, the more you do it each day, the more you'll actually want to get up and go and do something else. So if you walk as much as possible. Now, if you, for example, drive to work, then it might be worthwhile maybe parking a little bit further from work or walking the rest of the way. The same if you take public transport. If you take the bus, get off maybe one stop to start with early and then progressively increase the stops until you are walking a lot in the morning to start your day. Walking in the morning is a very, very good way of kind of speeding up that metabolism and starting it going straight off the bat. You can walk to the shops. That's a really, really good exercise just because it's something that you would normally do. The shops generally aren't that far away depending on where you live. So walking to the shops, and then the beauty of it is that once you've got to the shops, you've bought your stuff. If it's 2 bags full, perfect. You've got weights as well. Free weightlifting. My second tip is find an exercise that you enjoy. For example, I quite like cycling. Now, if it's a glorious day like this, it's a bit cold, which is good because you don't want to cycle when it's really warm because then you get a bit sweaty, don't you? But if it's quite cold, but it's still quite sunny, it's really nice to go for a nice autumn cycle. Now, if you don't have a bicycle, then that is not a problem in nowadays, in this day and age. I sound like an old person, don't I? Now, Cardiff recently has come up with this, what I like to call Boris bikes. And the only reason is because Boris Johnson bought them in London many years ago. But Cardiff has now got these rentable cycles and they're popping up all over the place. Now, I recently went to the shops. I went to my local shops, which is a little bit too far for me to drive because I went to the Asda and the B&M bargains and stuff like that. So I actually hired a cycle and that encouraged me to actually think, oh, this is pretty cool. So I cycled around Cardiff Bay where I live, and then I cycled to Asda, I cycled to B&M, I cycled back, I actually dropped the shopping off, put it away, cycled around a little bit more, and then I came back. And all because I rented a bike. You feel like you have to get your money's worth, and these bikes aren't that expensive, so maybe try that out. If you don't own a bike already, try and find one of these rentable bikes. They're popping up in all major cities, and just rent one for maybe a day, or you can rent one off and on every now and again. And if you really like it, then you can invest in getting your own bike. But I really quite like cycling, so that's one of the exercises that I enjoy doing. So that's why I think it would be good to do. So you're having fun, but you're also exercising at the same time. Maybe if you enjoy swimming, you can go for a swim. That's really, really good exercise because it works out your whole body. Now, I went a few times to to boulders, which is like an indoor rock climbing thing, and I was petrified. Like, I'm not the best with heights. And because obviously I was 26.5 stone, I generally did not think all of the pulleys and the ropes and stuff would support me. I was terrified, but I still did it, and I actually really enjoyed it. It was amazing exercise, and the next day you know that you've been rock climbing, so it might actually be worth doing something like that, something unusual. If you don't like it, you don't like it, you don't have to do it again, but it might be something that not only will get you exercise, but also will get you out of the house, and third, it will probably get you friends, because you make new friends along the way. So that was tip number 2. Find an exercise that you enjoy doing and just give it a try. Maybe it's something like taekwondo, for example, or karate. I don't know why you do that, but maybe. If you don't want to go out and do some exercise, maybe you've got some anxiety issues or some self-confidence issues, then that brings me neatly to tip number 3, which is search online for exercises. Now, there are so many exercises and there are so many YouTube tutorial videos online, from anything from yoga to indoor weights. I mean, Vincent Henry, who did SlimCon, he's got a few videos and he's brilliant. I'll link him in the description below. There are so many YouTube people out there that are just doing home exercises that you don't need any equipment for, and that will really get your heart rate going and get a sweat on. And actually, weirdly, I was looking for something to watch last night on Sky, and I found this dance fitness thing. It's like a dance fitness series or something on Sky One. And it's basically like a series which is once a week, and it shows you different dances and things. And I guarantee that I would not allow anybody to watch me doing that. But close the curtains and do it in your living room, because there's so much fun to be had if you're literally just acting like a fool and no one can see you and nobody can watch you. And even if you want to bring your family along, maybe your little kids or something like that, and they can do it with you, it would be a great way to bring the family together as well, and also just have a bit of a laugh. With all of this exercise that you're now doing, maybe you're dancing, maybe you're rock climbing, maybe you're just walking more, there are ways to calculate it and see how you are doing. So tip number 4 is find ways to measure your fitness. Now, anybody who's done fitness and body magic, if you are weighing in regularly, for example, on Slimming Worlds, then you'll know that sometimes fitness doesn't necessarily mean weight loss. It means fat loss, but muscle gain. So sometimes when you step on the scales, it doesn't necessarily correlate. That's not a word. Sometimes when you step on the scales, it doesn't necessarily translate from the work that you've done. And that's just because of body mass and sometimes water retention. There's many ways of doing it. So the best way to do it, there's a number of ways actually. The first one is to get yourself a fitness tracker. There are many ways to calculate your fitness, and I think the most popular is through fitness trackers, i.e. the Fitbit. Now, the Fitbit, don't get me wrong, I have got one. It is quite expensive, though. If you want a Fitbit Charge 2, which is the one that I have, it'll set you back around about £150. There are other Fitbit trackers on the market which were a lot cheaper, and I was actually given one of these. This is called the More Fit. Now, the reason I'm mentioning this is just because it's actually a really good tracker. I'm not paid to endorse this product or anything like that. Yes, I have actually been given it, but to be honest, I would generally go out and buy one of these because at the moment they are $25.99, and if you use the link in the description below, you will get £6 off that, so it'll be $19.99. Now, the beauty of this one is it's very much like the Fitness Charge 2. This one will have obviously your heart rate monitor. It also has things like exercise tracking, so you can track yoga, you can track cycling, you can track running. You can do quite lots of things on it, really. It's got obviously your standard step counter, your calorie counter and things. One of the really cool things about this, though, is that it also has, just like the Fitbit Charge 2, it also has an alert when when your calls are coming through, when your Facebook, your WhatsApp, your messages are coming through. Unlike the Fitbit Charge 2 though, this actually shows you what your message says, which is really, really cool. So if you'd like to get your hands on one of these, then just use the link below. Also, the guys at MoreFit have actually given me one to give to you. So if you would like to get one of these for free, all you have to do is message in the comment section below just to let me know why you want to have more exercise in your life and why more exercise is beneficial to you. That's all you have to do. Just comment below, just let me know why you want more exercise in your life. I will choose a random person and you will win a discount of 100%. You'll get one of these for absolutely free. For everyone else, link in the description below and get it for just under 20 quid. Along the same lines of tracking your fitness with a fitness tracker is also take progression pictures. Now, I have recently done this and I wish I would have done it when I was 26.5 stone. I stripped off, I still have boxers on, easy, but I stripped off and I took a picture of myself. Okay, and I've got that picture on my phone. Nobody else will ever see that picture unless, you know, I look like Arnold Schwarzenegger by the end of it. But it's a great way of you looking back on that picture in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months time, and you can actually see the visual progression that you've gone through and the muscles that you've gained. And I think it's a really good motivator for you to get up, get off the sofa, do something light, do something very fun. And then you can also work up a bit of a sweat and also get your heart rate up. My final tip, I think it's tip number 5, is move around. And I know this sounds silly, but things like the fitness tracker and also the Fitbit as well, they just give you a little buzz every now and again to wake you up and just get you off the sofa, because your body is burning loads of calories when you're standing up. Don't get me wrong, it's burning calories all the time, but when you're standing up and walking around, even if it's just walking around the house, walking up and down stairs, it's burning more calories than sitting down. So every now and again, maybe every 20 minutes, every half an hour or something like that, just go for a walk around the house, up some stairs. Maybe if you're watching TV during the ad break, go up and down the stairs a few times. Just every now and again, get that body moving, get that heart rate up, and I guarantee that you will start seeing results as long as you keep it up. And not just that, but you'll also have a lot more fun than going to the gym. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've got any other fitness tips, then drop it into the comments section below. Whatever time of day you're watching this, have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, and I will catch you tomorrow. It's my weigh-in for Weigh-In Wednesday. I'll see you then.